Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Brain Talk won't let me live stream. I need to get approval first from Daddy Oracle, which is it means that they don't appreciate free and open source software. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Close. First, the first meme. First, but it's a meme, IRL. So we're gonna. Oh shit! I forgot to update the title. I2P under attack. This might kill it. And my own Void. My own worst enemy, but Void Linux. Be cool, be based. If Brain Talk lets me, I should find a way to take all my shorts and export them. Export them to there. I do believe that being on multiple platforms is always good for exposure to free and open source software. I should spread Intro to the Void by Black Sabbath, good song. Black Sabbath, bad boomer music, opinion wrong. I think free and open source software should be spread no matter where I go. That's what makes it based and super cool. So if I can spread free and open source and liberate the Brain Talks and the TikToks and the adults on TikTok, which is a crazy statement that I don't think I should ever say. Like if you're 40 plus and you're unironically making TikToks with your family, someone should. Is I2P under attack? Still under attack? I'm not sure, but we're gonna look at it, and then we're gonna make Void Linux, the based operating system, its own version of brain rot. We're gonna go deep into the balls, as we should, so we can learn a little bit more about ourselves and why Void Linux is better than Debian and why Debian is not the superior choice, because Debian bad, Void good, essentially. And I say that for the engagement and because it's true. Ooh, TikTok is so cringe.
I'm so hungry I could eat.
I don't understand how people unironically you can now use family pairing on. Why the fuck would I do that? I could never honestly doom scroll through TikTok. It just sounds like cancer to me. Um, let's see. Yes, 38% of people say yes. Go on to the Brett. Wow, based. Cool seeing people obtain the illegal Monero. Yep, but regarding posting on TikTok as well as posting on YouTube, you should consider the time you need to manage all the social medias. I have zero time. I actually have pretty good time management. Odyssey is a complete shit show, and that's why I liked that it had the syncing app. Like I could just sync my shit over to Odyssey, but they quit that, so I have to manually do it. So I'm just going to curate enough videos to do that. I just need to find a way to export my shorts into TikTok, and I think that would be sufficient enough to get to the XYZ and push people off, the gay platforms and go to the based ones like Noster. But I would never. He has time management. Get him. The thing is, in retrospect, I did have a tool that helped me post to like all the social medias, but it doesn't really matter. Like I have a flow and I have a pretty laxed type of employment, so like I can I can doom scroll if I want and brain rot if I choose to. So in a sense, if that makes sense. Odyssey got short from videos as well. The problem with Odyssey is their decision making in picking the worst fucking pile of shit coin and wallet and not picking Monero, even though there's been overwhelmingly amount of support for them to do this. Problem two, Odyssey not only is a pile of shit when it comes to asking them any question, they're just a pile of shit. And I mean that in the most wholesome way. It's kind of like Rumble. Rumble sounds cool in theory, and then you go on there, and it's literally just political slop. That I don't really. It's not something you can even avoid. It's literally the front page. It's very. It's like if QAnon had their own video platform, and that sounds cool in theory, but it's just too much. And like, I don't really care to go to a platform like to put that much thought into a platform that's like that. I think competition's good. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go to the competition, if that makes sense. I embrace competition even, but that doesn't mean your option is better. That's just. Oh. And I'll even say that Twitter has politics on the front page as well. Too bad I disabled it. Exactly. You can disable it. It's very easy. I would even say Twitter's an even more annoying platform, but you can ignore it. This is why I prefer Nostr, because Nostr is just my feed's done, I'm over. My day's complete. If that makes sense. I like Odyssey because it has no ads by default and is good to have the case you get banned. Yeah, I'm not. Look, I'm not saying that it's. I'm not saying it's the worst platform. It definitely is the worst platform, but you know what I mean. I think there's just better platforms. If that makes sense. I don't know. There's actually not a lot of better platforms. What am I saying? Motherfucker. Sorry. Apparently. There we go. But it's I don't know. It's actually I do know. It's not a good platform. That's what it is. Maybe that's just me. On Linux, you use Sober Client to pay Roblox nowadays. I don't play Roblox. I don't want my Roblox makes me nervous. There's too many. There's too many minors on there, and there's too many There's too many pedophiles. I'm good. Just does not sound fun. What about I2P2? That'd be sick. Okay, so we're gonna pull up the mega thread. Memes aside, I'm on Garda Linux now. Boo! Boo! You need to be on Void or Cubes or Gentoo, the only base distros. No, Garda Linux is alright. I used it for a long time. So earlier, 2 days ago, about 2 days ago, I don't know if this is still going. We're going to. This is from StormyCloud.org. I believe Stormy Cloud is one of the biggest ClearNet people on the internet. They have a ClearNet exit relay-ish whatever proxy to the site I2P. They're super pro, free, and open source. They're super based, actually, super awesome, and a nonprofit. I know that. I'll probably never go on Gen 2. That's because you have a wife, Jay, and you have too much time on your hands. So, Stormy Cloud base, tunnel creation dropped. So if you look back a couple days, IRC, people are talking about issues with dropping tunnels. The tunnel creation dropped with many transit tunnel. Is this an attack? Someone brought this up 3 days ago, and then this is a mega thread. There used to be Tor-only YouTube alternative called DarkTube, but recently it got taken down or something. Oh, I didn't know that. You can actually use Invidious you can use Invidious through Tor. They have a Tor-friendly site. I've used it. It's kind of it works. I've only listened to music on it, but it works. What wife? That's true. If you compile Gentoo, you have more time to hang out with your wife. That's true. That's an argument for it. Hang out with your wife instead of compiling at the screen. So they've been running I2P, I2PD node for several weeks successfully. Today they see abnormal behavior. Tunnel creation success rate has dropped to 1%. Only a few client tunnels, fewer than 10, and there are maxed out transit tunnels of 1,000. Router counter jumped from the usual 6,000, 7,000 to 2,000 plus. Warning, in logs about mal-informed packets. Is this a syllabus DDoS? If so, is there no protection against it? For example, blacklisting misbehaving host. Keep in touch. Yes, there's an attack going on. Yes, it's pretty serious DDoS. They're spamming routers and requesting massive amounts of resources from the network. Goal seems to be make the network very, very difficult to use. Created a mega thread over here. Same unfortunate. Okay, so we can see the mega thread. Thank you, stormycloud.org. NVIDIA says Onion, EepSite, and ClearNet. Yep. And I've used it through the ClearNet. I mean, through Tor. So, the I2P network is currently experiencing an attack by unknown actors. Tens of thousands of malicious routers have been introduced to the network and are not actually routing any traffic. This is causing extremely low tunnel build success rates, overall network congestion, and degrading performance for legitimate users. From what I understand, this is the first. I don't know if this is the first major attack that I2P has suffered. Maybe its popularity is growing due to the fact that Tor Foundation is making some silly mistakes. And on top of it, Tor is becoming less and less decentralized in its nature because, law enforcement, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's like a plethora of reasons why Tor is less decentralized than I2P. And then another thing with their slow, and also like I2P is relatively smaller compared to Tor, so that's like another thing. I mean, Tor gets routinely attacked anyways, but this has been a thought that I2P still doesn't have a way to mitigate against stuff like this. The I2P development team is aware of the situation, is actively investigating mitigations. We will post an update to this thread. Situational developers, thank you for your patience. Update 2.4, fixes are being tested. 2.4, some changes were implemented in a new build to help combat the issue. Right now, only have the binaries for Apple Silicon. IRC seems alive. If you update your IC to configure to use Echelon I2P 66667, you should be able to connect. Apparently, there is another update. I think YouTube is fat filling. I2P only has 50K nodes. Tor's got 60K. But you got to remember that Tor first off chooses how it does its routing. That's the first problem, and the second problem is a lot of the Tor nodes that pop up are to be known by big actors, like big companies and law enforcement. So that is, even a 10K difference is huge. I don't think, and it's kind of you can get Tor stats, but they're not always accurate. Tor uses a DHT distributed hash table, as far as I know. But they pick. They pick how it's done. Everyone's a router. That's the difference. Right now, 20. We had the most. 348,000 IP addresses. We're down to 191,000 as of 2026. We have. Let's look. An IP address router is identified by a cryptographic identifier. We're around 13,000 routers. Yes, there's usually their own hash table. So that versus I2P where everybody is the router. That's the difference. Let's look at right now we're at 13,000. Let's look at routers. So that's not a lot. Let's look at this. Overview. I'm starting my router right now, as you should. Thank you for your service. So this was a year ago. It says NetStats says 80K routers are active. OpenTorrent Check says that there's 20 to 50K peers. And the more users on Tor, the slower and more users on I2P. Sir, and I think more anonymous. So this is correct on how I2P works. The more routers there are, the more bandwidth is available, the more decentralized it becomes. There are some known vulnerabilities with the Garlic routing protocol, and there are some threats that it cannot defeat. There's some threats that it doesn't solve. That is the problem with Tor, but one of them it does is the fact that everyone is the router. If there was an I2P browser similar to Tor browser, and I agree. I think I've been saying this for a very long time. I agree with that statement completely. IP4 is being tested. Don't know if it's still firewalled or the firewall status was the attack. That's true. And then with IPv6, if IPv6 ever rolls out and it's actually routed, there are configurations for Firefox for I2P. Yeah, but he's talking about a browser just like the Tor browser. You just download it and it works. It has pre-filled the problem with this is I can kind of understand why though. This is my thought. I could be wrong. I think the problem is EAP sites, a lot of them are dead. And they stay dead for a very long time. That's the first problem. Tor, you can visit any site. EAP sites, I2P is more of an intranet. The goal is not to actually browse the web. So I kind of get it. If you build a browser that its only function is to deliver to EAP sites, I kind of understand. You would have to make it where it enforces you to stay in the intranet because you're not. It's not meant to surf the web. That's the point. So I get it. And that would take away probably from development. That would take development away from I2P. That's my assumption. They probably thought about this. And I agree that that is a problem. Yes, I2P is an intranet over the internet. Yeah. And I agree that the thing about I2P is I think they've probably thought about this. Run I2P on Android. You can. There's two programs to do it. I think that it's completely possible to understand where they're coming from, at the same time understand why people are less prone to using I2P. I mean, everyone knows that at this point, a lot of people know what the darknet is. They know what Tor is. They know what the deep web when you run into like normies. But at the end of the day, even I2P's development and their site says this is what you're looking for, use Tor. IPv4 is still firewalled. I think if you open up ports, it fixes it. Unless you have UP, Universal Plug and Play, UPnP. If you have that enabled, that might fix it. I think there's also something in the router setting that you can adjust that will enforce UPnP that might break that, kill that firewall. It's just me, Bob, that weird guy, Al. So there, if you join, it would be 4. Oh. Okay. We are grateful for the work you guys do. Okay, so is there a way with I2PD and the Java implementation to get what IPs are failing to make tunnels? I spent all day trying to correlate IPs to these tunnels, but they are publishing themselves as hidden, so no IP to block. I'm hesitant to give out the IPs unless I can prove 100% they're acting in bad faith. Get off the network for a week, everyone. They're trying to track you by establishing IXP, which can de-anonymize you. Get off I2P. It doesn't matter if they're unstable nodes. They could be doing that to make tunnels renegotiate. Get off the network, please, guys. This isn't randomly doing this. If you're just running a node to help the network, like myself, you really don't have much to worry about in the realms of personal and de-anonymization. It's also very possible that the research attack, given the scope. Large scope attacks are either state projects or research projects. The latter is more common for this network, it seems. If you're actually using I2P for an anonymous activity, though, cease the use of the network for now. Use alternative networks for now. I did look over the possibility of being an attack in the name of research, but what is your opinion on what the research in the case? It feels malicious move or law enforcement cracking down, more likely considering the nature of the network and the average activity going on it. You seem to adequate conversation, so generally want to hear your thinking. I do have UP in the middle, but it's still firewalled. Go into your router and see if your port is open. That would be my open up the port and see if it goes away. There are certain reasons it gets firewalled. You could even, I know IPv6 on Android is, I mean not Android, on the Pi is kind of annoying, but maybe that's, maybe, you said IPv4 is the problem, not IPv6. JK, don't listen to me. How can this be used to de-anonymize? Seems like a disruptive attack. Where are you getting information as? There are two options: a random person or a group of random people, which I'd say unlikely for the scale of such an attack for I2P to choke out. The second option is entirely a government operation of sorts. Either way, the disruption is making your anonymity null and void, especially if you're connecting and trying to connect again. You think someone's going to spend all their funding on an attack for shits and giggles? They're either getting information to blackmail or track people down. Don't have any proof of what you want, just a little common sense. Not saying it's impossible. Oh, that's why. When I had my note up last night, I had so many participating tunnels. Guess I'll be online again doing it tonight to help with congestion and network integrity. Thanks for all you do. For my router, all malicious nodes published their API version to be 0957. Could that be blocked or punished punished in a Silva analysis via advanced settings? Not in your router settings. Networks wide testing or blocking version coming soon. Very unfortunate to hear about this. Wishing for the devs the best luck. Well, it looks like my I2P node will be going down for the next few days. I've been waiting to give my little Raspberry Pi a rest for the past few weeks. I wish the devs luck. I2P Plus already at version 10.10.26. What do you say about the fixed version? I've heard from the ZZ since this started. Tens of thousands, huh? I smell gov. Does joining via Reckonly network give any protection? Any pros, cons? Is our security being compromised? How can I upgrade I2PD using I2P update zip file? You cannot. This is for Java. You will need to reach out to the I2PD project. I'm not sure how they are pushing updates. I doubt the network can take much more of this. Please fast track 211. IPv6 was firewalled from the start, and I don't plan on using IPv6. But IPv6 makes you look cool. Let's look up I2P plus Java. Rev up them fires, brother. Let's see, anything. This is 9/9 of 2025. Nothing from them so far. Okay, I have cancer. Let's see. Huh. Development update, standalone. I want to see if there's anything different. Glossary? Nope. Huh. Let's see what version this is. Nope. They picked the worst colors. New I2P routers, an overview of new I2P implementation, how to get involved. Oh, Stormy Cloud joins I2P family. Let's see if there's any forums. Anyone a Star Wars gamer? Star Wars bad? The worst colors are dark reader being a bitch. You leave dark reader alone. He saves my eyes when people don't put. I'm playing games before Disney fucked them up. What a boomer thing to say. No, I think because you mentioned Manila. Huh. Let's see the latest post. Router. Sam, change tunnel length and query time. Test fail tunnels. Issues with I2P easy bundle install. I2P B plus based. Huh. Interesting. Well, maybe it would be best. YouTube loves Mattel though. Maybe it would be best, guys, if you did turn off I2P for the next week or so until more updates are kind of put into it. So, Void Linux. Void Linux, create Void Linux based distro. There we go. I like Star Wars before Disney bought it in like end of 2012. After 2012, Disney would screw it up. You could be a boomer with voice changer, haha. I actually have never seen a single Star Wars, and I never plan on to. So I can't go through what you guys are going through. I know you all feel seen, but I hate to say it, Star Wars looked like absolute pile of boring shit. It just looked boring. It looked so boring. It's been out for so long, it still hasn't interested me to see it. So we're going to look at the based Void Linux, the best distro ever made. This repository dedicates several utilities. The Void Linux live image generated for x86. Do not watch Star Wars. Yeah, I don't. Trust me, don't plan on it. Make ISO SH, a wrapper script that generates a bootable installable live image for i686, x86, 64, and Arch 64. Make Roof SS, the Void Linux RoofS generated for all platforms. The Void Linux file system tool to produce RoofS partition platforms. The Void Linux image generator for ARM platforms. Script to generate netboot turbos for Void. Installer as the Void Linux El Chapo installer for 86. Workflow. Generate a 86 live ISO. To generate a live ISO, the official to generate more basic live ISO does not include things like Void installer. Use make live SH. So I'm assuming I need to start somewhere. Do not. I'm assuming I need to. Okay. What do you intend to do differently, better than the existing distro? It's actually not a project, but I'd rather an ISO to speed up the Void configuration process for personal use. There was a now abandoned Void-based distro called Project Titan that had handily installed shell scripts for which sets up ZFS root, ZFS boot rather than neat. A number of warnings applied. It's completely abandoned. It may overwrite your UEFI partition instead. Is it possible to create a distribution based on Void Linux with source packages? Void does a hybrid package management. See source and package repo. The XPP itself will use the local builds instead of remote. If you remove the remote mirror and add opt for hoster a local file repo mirror. I don't think there's a single distribution that provides binary packages you can't build from source. Given the name that's hybrid package management, doesn't really make sense. Interesting. I think I2P network is safe to use now. They're saying they were saying wait only just a day or two ago. Maybe wait a week. The Void Linux live image. Let's see what the internet says. I'm assuming I have to put this in a Void Linux install virtual machine. Do we add waifus? I don't have any fast peers though. I will shut down my I2P router and wait till next Monday. As you should. Wait for the people. So it seems like running a Void Linux and so the tools are testing avoidment. I'll work on all the honest one. Install the required dependencies. So give me a stack bash to ensure that you know the base is covered and tools for improvements. These are typically available. Significant disk space for a few gigs for caching and building. Yeah, that's the cool thing about Void is it'll pick actually the local repository in the file in the system, then reaching out. So we're gonna do a not boxes. Damn you. Do we add waifus, guys? Okay. New virtual machine. Okay, so I gotta install Void Linux. Not a fork. Stable rolling release, guys. You hear that? We use run it as the init system and service superior. Run it is simple and effective approach. I hate you, System D. So based. Download. I wonder if I should do the live Musel image and I'm wondering if I could do this in Musel. Muscle? I'm gonna say yes. No cringe animes, just brain rot memes such as 6-7 and Skibbity Toilet, but that the anime kids love. The brain rot loves anime. We're gonna put a secret. I'll put a secret file in here, off stream though. And I wonder if someone will find it. Like, you know how like they found that one guy that had Thorium browser. Like they found furry pictures. Now I got to find a way to distribute this after I build it. But I think I should use the live Musel base image. I will find a way to do 6.7 though. Maybe put only six directories with 7 files each, or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay. Everybody spam 6.7 in the chat. 6.7 emoji in Discord 1. I need to figure that out. There's too many. There's too many clippies in the chat, man. Okay, now it's downloaded. Do 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 do. And connection virtual machine. I2. How should I? Okay, so memory, I'm going to give it 18 gigs of memory. No, I'm just kidding. 12.0. You got Pigeon open during some IRC2PC stuff? Yeah. I should give it about 10 cores. 8 cores. Storage 70 6.7. Okay. All right. So Void Linux x86 64 Musel. Decompressing Linux. No UEFI environment detected. Press EFL performing the location is done. Booting the external entry off. Okay. The question is, do I do running Void Linux installation tools? The tools are only tested elsewhere, including containers. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to set up Void to do this. What am I saying? Right? No, I should be able to do this with a root user. I should not have to. Can you install Void in 6 or 7 commands? That's true. Welcome to Void Linux system. 2 users are available to log in. Root, Void Linux, anon, Void Linux. I should be able to just... as long as I got internet. Yep. Okay. Chimpanzee Benini or whatever that was. I don't know. My wife left me. Okay. So banana, 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 banana. I could do a git clone. I got to git clone the tools. Get out found. XPBS in git. Hell yeah. Damn it. Not found. How would I install git? No internet for you? True. Oh yeah, I gotta get the, because it's non-free. Is Git not free? Damn it. XP. How did I do it again? Are you free? I am free. What did I do to install the non-free? There we go. Oh. Damn. Install void repo non-free. X BPS install get. There we go. That should work, right? Okay. Now that I get, now that I got get, bitch. Okay. 26 download. All right. Get clone HTTPS github.com void Linux MK5 CD void. Oh, let's ls real quick. There we go. All right, gotta think. Minimal ISO ideal for highly customized lightweight builds. Base XFCE. I use this for the ISO because I wonder how I would install OpenBox. Okay, so we could do make image, make ISO sh is a wraparound make live sh, and that adds void installer, the void installer, and supports predefined desktop variants. Use their ISO. Both scripts support options to customize architecture, package services, locals, kernels, and more. So we could do the MK live .sh tac a x86 underscore 64 tac o. We gotta think of a name now. We gotta think of a name. Install packages, Upcon, OpenBox, Tint2, OB menu generator. Epstein OS. Damn! as well a nitrogen if you want also nitrogen if you want background images. Skibbity. Epstein OS would be fucking crazy. Can I do a poll? Void Rot. Gat Gisler, no Diddy. I should leave just a bunch of files. I should leave an ungodly amount of files of just dumb brain rot words. Void Rot, yes. 6-7. Rot. I wonder if the capitalization will fuck it up. Void Rot. ISO. Yo, 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 yo. Error. Failed to fetch repo. Updating repository. Okay. Triggered. I wonder if it'll give me a hardened GAT OS. Void Rot. Sounds like a really insane GAT OS. Void Rot sounds like a Norwegian grindcore band where it's like one member. Whip, 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 whip. Well, while this is doing things, guys, go drink your water and do one jumping jack. Nothing more and nothing less. Because this is probably going to take a while. I did a single jumper check and got water. Based, as you said. As Frieza once said, training is for the monkey, not for the master. Yeah, but isn't Frieza like jacked? You don't get jacked. You don't get jacked that way. You don't get jacked that way. And didn't Frieza get their cheeks clapped from like fucking Pink Man? Creating a 4.0 file system on root, void, make live, build, image, block size. Created roof. Okay. Writing warning. EFI boot equipment is provided, but no directory EFI boot will emerge into the ISO file system. A popular method prepare a USB stick on MS Windows relies on having the ISO file system copied to the EFI system partition tree. Note, libsoft, no, automatically adjusted memory align image size. Alright. As Andrew Wentz Tate said, sparkling water. As you should. Okay, so I'm in the live rootfs file system. There's void rot ISO, installer, lib. Huh. Oh. I have to... I wonder if there's an EFI... Fuck, learning Java made me variable names in C more descriptive. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Writing complete successfully. Maybe created root void make live cd void write successfully. I wonder if that's it. Let me check the docs. Okay. The Void Linux Rufus general for all platforms. Make platform. The Void Linux file system tool to produce Rufus for partition platform. The Void Linux image generator for ARM platforms. Netboot tarballs for Void. Installer. Including a kernel. There are commonly used for. Note that Void Make Live is not guaranteed to work on distributions other than Void Linux or in containers. Image supports several kernel command line arguments that can change the behavior of the live system. Live auto login will skip the initial login on screen TTY1. Live user will change the username of the non-user to none. The password remains Void Linux. Live shell sets the default. Live accessibility console. Examples: live login, live user foo shell-based bash would create the user foo to default to shell. Make ISO. Oh, okay. Wrapper scripts around make live for several standard flavors of live images. A. Arch, set architecture or platform in the image. B. Variant, one of the Enlightenment XFCE, Mate Cinnamon, GNOME, KDE, LT, or XSC Wayland default base. May be specific to multiple players to be both variants. Date, override the date timestamp generate image. Equivalent settings A, B, and D. Use this XP as a repository, may be specific to multiple times. Other options can be passed directly by specifying the tac C live. Oh, I can do this again. Andrew Tate lost against Chase Demore. That is true. It's both. Okay. Oh, good. Andrew Tate's a bussy. It's kind of funny. So, device will record 0 and L4 to extend the ESP end of. Let's do this. Clear. Okay. So, make live ISO. No, wait. Make mk ISO dot sh tac h. Okay. Illegal option. Wrapper script around the make live for several standard flavors of Linux images. Adds voids installer and other helpful utilities that generate images. Select architecture or platform. Okay, so let's do MK ISO.sh tac A x86 underscore 64 tac B. All right, what desktop environment should I pick? Support variants base XFCE, GNOME, KDE, LXD, Cinnamon, Mate, Enlightenment, LXQT, XFCE, Wayland. I think No, OpenBox is kind of unbased, honestly. Pred OS, Baby Oil OS, Diddy OS, Top G OS, Black Phil OS, Sigma Mail OS, LXQT. Of course, Billy would say that. I say XFCE Wayland. It sounds more based, but it's probably, I don't know how stable it is. Wait, which one isn't OpenBox just LXQT? Okay, LXQT looks okay. Can you race it? XFCE is cool. LXQT. So we're going to do LXQT and then this. The mirror is fine. Void links. Oh, I can do options to install additional patches from Void's repos. I can add custom. What should be the default? What is a package that's? Is it should I GNOME? You like Cinnamon? Hell no. Cinnamon was my first desktop environment, I think. I can't remember. What should be the default install package? Should it be btop? I think it should be btop. TechP option to install additional packages from for repos. TechP Fast fetch. That's one. I wonder if I have to put it in quotes. Let me see what the make platforms. Generates a platform-specific rootofs tarball from generic void Linux rootofs. Cache. Use this XBSD cache directory, default XBSD cache charge. Host. Oh, that's live. Okay. Equivalent to setting. Show this to help. Show this help and exit. Show this version and exit. Adds void installer and other helpful utilities to generate the image. One of the base wait a minute. Example. There we go. Live auto login, live user. This would create the user foo. What's your favorite window manager, honeypot? OpenBox. I like it the most. It has Windows on it. So we're going to do fat. I just don't know if I need to put in quotes. Not, why did I say parentheses? I'm retarded. I should have IceWM with LXQT. Is it more resource friendly? Okay. IceW is generally more lighter than OpenBox and has a little bit more features sprinkled about it, but it has the word ice in it. I don't like ice. So we're gonna do fast fetch, btop, Nano is probably Nano just in case. Nano is the best editor. Let me think of something. Let me think of something else. I wonder if I could switch this to OpenBox. Oh, kernel option. What it would be a hardened kernel? So it seems like it's the tap V option. Ooh, I gotta do x86 Musil. 64. Damn it. Okay. MK ISO dot sh tag A x86 underscore 64 tag B. Oh wait, 64 at tag M USO tag B. LXQT tag P. Firefox sucks. I wish I could do Brave, but I'll figure that out later. LXT comes packaged with OpenBox by default. I thought that what it was. NE is clearly the best editor. We're going to do fast. Fast fetch. BTOP. Nano. And Justin Bieber. I think you said some other stuff. I think that's it. You just need fast fetch, BTOP, and nano, to be honest. Oh, I need a tag V. Linux hardened. Oh. Tag V. Damn it. Illegal for option P. What the fuck? Okay. Tech AX P6 64. Tech B. Variant one of the LX QT. Tech P. B top. Fast fetch, B top, nano. That's all you really need. What the fuck's going on? Maybe if I just do it all in one shot. X 86 64. Tech B LX QT. Tech P. Fast fetch. Fast fetch. Nano. Fast fetch now in B top. Oh. Maybe I need to. Oh. Maybe I need to do the make live script. Why do I hear pigeon noises? I'll tell you tomorrow. I guess it could be installed. Make live sh. I think there might be some intellectual property violation or something. LXQT, Tech P. There we go. Let's try that. Okay. Web. Doom guy. Doom is pretty awesome. Interesting. I'll have to do a couple different builds of this and kind of fuck around, find out and see what works the best. But very cool. Very based, actually. And if it has, an install, maybe I can move some stuff around to do like a hardened kernel. That'd be kind of cool. Brain rotted kids need to have a hard kernel. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird how I said that, but you know what I mean. Fast fetch, automatically installed based. Nano. No, I was going to do Brave, but I forgot that you have to do it. Maybe I should have done Flatpak as well. But it is based on Musel. Also based. I wonder if I have to, when I add packages, do I have to rebuild the ISO? That'd be a good question to look for. Huh. 300 downloaded, 300 installed, 0 update configured. Chroot failed to run command environment, no such file directory. Chroot failed to run command environment, no I wonder if I have to do make root fs.sh. Texture. Generate a void Linux rootfs tarball for this specific architecture. I might have to run it as root. Later, Billy. Appreciate you stopping by. All right. Oh. Sudo. LXQT. Okay, got that. Ooh. X80. 664. QT tech P. See if this works. Sudo command map found. Damn it. Okay, maybe there's none. MK live .sh tech A X 8664 tech B OXQT tech P This doesn't work. I'm gonna have to read more. Interesting. Oh, I wonder if I name it. Interesting. I'll have to figure it out. I'm gonna do more reading of the doc. It's not like super deep documentation, so I have to. Oh, I forgot to put custom void Linux ISO. I'll figure that out. Thank you for everyone joining me today. I appreciate y'all. I will be testing new live software tomorrow. And I also appreciate everyone stopping by. Remember to like and comment on the video so YouTube knows I'm a real person and I love all of their policies. Nothing hate towards against them. Definitely very based and cool. I will have especially more time next week to dig deeper. Comment your favorite type of metal, the material, below for the engagement. And I want to know. Thank you. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Always a pleasure. Always learning. Always based. Remember to rock your